Hello students, Woodwinds and Brass. We are on to page 6 now in the book. Now this page has got some tough stuff. All right, we've got some work to do, and there's about, I think, 5 exercises, and it's going to, most of them are going to occupy your time quite a bit. But again, this book makes you better players, okay? And again, you've been doing a great job. So let's get on to some tough stuff here on page 6. We'll take a break, and we'll get right back to you in just a few seconds. Okay, first exercise is number 20, tone builder. Okay, now oftentimes in exercises like this, concert band students, you got to pay attention and play the right notes. Okay, play the right notes. That which is B flat, play B flat. That which is B natural, play B natural. Here we go, ready? Fingers silently, number 20. Ready, and now. All right, with me, this is real easy. So just be careful and get your notes correct. Otherwise, this is real easy. Here we go. Ready? Number 20. Play along with me. 1, 2, ready. Now, number 21, flexibility study. Okay, first of all, brass. These are about what are called lip slurs. It's a slur to 2 non-consecutive notes that happen to be fingered the same. Okay, it's a special technique which I'll have to teach you or reinforce it in your sectionals, in your lessons. But when you slur, especially when you slur up, push from your stomach and pull back on the corners of your mouth at the same time and make like a ha, ta, ha. Now, clarinets, on the other hand, on measures 2, 4, and 6, you have the same exact technique that the 3 clarinets are learning in their supplemental sheets as to teach them how to play the high notes. So you just take the low note and then hit your octave key and then slur up to the higher note. Da. I can't sing it, but again, this is the trumpet part. The clarinets, you'll have a big slur. Just play the low note and then nick the octave key with your thumb. All right, here we go. Finger silently. 2, ready, and now. Now watch it. Watch the notes in this one too. Again, the first 2 measures for the B flat instruments, those are B flats. 3rd and 4th measures, B naturals and an F sharp. Don't miss those notes. Again, those are for the B flat pitched instruments, trumpet, clarinet, tenor sax, bass clarinet. Okay, here we go, beginning. And remember, lip slurs and the brass. Here we go, 1, 2, ready, and. One other thing, trombones, usually I teach trombones to tongue, don't slur unless you have private lessons. On this one though, you can slur because you're not changing slide positions. All right, now number 22, technique tracks. Now, watch the key signature, check the 2nd note. It is an F sharp for the trumpets and clarinets, tenor sax, bass clarinet. It is an E natural for the flutes and for the trombone and tuba, and a C sharp for the alto and bari sax. Now you'll notice we have different tonguing patterns and slurring patterns. In the first 4 measures, all the notes are tongued. In the next 4 measures, you have 4 note slurs. And in the second line, first 4 measures, you have 2 slurred, 2 tongued. And the last 4 bars, two tongue and two slurred. So watch your slurring and tonguing. Finger silently. 1, 2, ready, and now. Okay, now again, get the correct notes here and get the correct slurring and tonguing. Here we go, beginning. 1, 2, ready, and go. Okay, that's number 22 technique tracks. We will take a brief break and we'll go to the next exercise in just a second. Please stay tuned. Okay, number 24, grandfather's clock. Now here we have a mixture of staccato and tenuto. So that which is staccato, play staccato. That which is tenuto, play tenuto. Once again, watch your key signatures. Again, for the trumpets here and the clarinets and the tenor sax and the bass clarinet, it's 1 sharp, F is sharp. 2 sharps for the alto sax and the bari sax, and 1 flat for the flutes and the trombone and tuba. Here we go, finger silently. 1, 2, 1. It's possible you might know this song. Possible. All right, here we go. Play along with me. Ready? Watch the key signature. Watch the tenuto and staccato. 1, 2, 1. And we have one more exercise, number 25, glowworm. Now, in this exercise, we have a new concept we have to teach you 7th graders, you concert band students. We went over it a couple weeks ago with 8th graders. I want you to look at the last measure of the first line, which is in the first ending. It is slur 2, tongue 2, but it's got to be done a certain way. You have T, ya, ta, ta, a slur followed by 2 staccato quarter notes. And then in the second line, last measure of the first ending before the repeat, same thing. 2 slurred quarter notes and 2 staccato quarter notes. Now there is a sentence that I teach students when this comes up for the first time. It's an interpretive sentence, and it goes like this. Last note of a slur takes the length of the note following. Okay, you can see it on your screen. Last note of a slur takes the length of the note following. It's not a hard and fast rule, it's mostly a Mr. Pickett rule, but a lot of directors all over the place follow that guideline also. It's just not law, it's just Mr. Pickett's rule of interpretation. All right, let's finger silently. Don't forget the first and second ending. Here we go. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, listen, end. ending, that second measure, T, up, top, top. Second line, second measure, the last measure, the first ending, T, up, top, top. Because, again, the slur is followed by a staccato note, clip the slur. Okay, if it were followed by a tenuto note, then don't clip the slur. All right, here we go. Beginning, 1, 2, ready, and now. And it's possible you probably know this piece too. Now, one thing before we leave. In the second measure, you've got, well, here for trumpet it's G sharp A as your first two notes. Again, it's different for the other instruments, but we'll just use this as an example. Okay, what's the third note? Well, it's G sharp, because that first G sharp, the sharp is good for the whole measure. So the notes go G sharp A, not G sharp A, G natural A. The sharp is good for the whole measure. Okay? Now, wherever it is in your part, it's different notes, but it's the same rule. The sharp is good for the whole measure, and then it expires at the end of the measure. So it's G sharp A. Again, that's the second measure of the first line. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll wrap up this lesson. A lot to do this week. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Okay, that's page 6. Wow, a lot of material to cover there. I wanted to say, I didn't mention this in the teaching video because we skipped over it. Don't do exercise 23. It's a chorale, and we don't do them anyway, even if students were here in the band room. We still don't do those synchronous exercises. We focus mostly on the individual exercises. So don't do 23 chorale. Okay, after you go 22 technique track, skip right to grandfather's clock number 24. Don't do 23. Okay, now, just to review, in that second exercise with the lip slurs for the brass and the register breaks for the clarinets, work that real hard at home. Okay, now trumpets will reinforce it in your trumpet classes, and trombones and tuba as well. But again, a lip slur is a slur to two non-consecutive notes that happen to be fingered the same. Clarinets, you've got that, the little octave key here, you'll play the low note, then nudge the octave key, and that will boom, get you the high note. It's what the three clarinets there are learning out of their supplemental book. Same exact technique. So you three clarinets, you ought to be right at home in that exercise. Then the technique tracks, gosh, please get the slurring and tonguing correct, and please get the key signature correct, okay? Grandfather clock, again, key signature, careful. And then that magic sentence in the last one, the glowworm, last note of a slur takes the length of the note following, okay? A lot to digest this week, ladies and gentlemen, so have at it, have a good time, but please practice. If you have any questions, you can email me on Canvas. You can arrange a 12:15 lunch hour meeting if you want, and we'll go over what you don't understand, okay? All right, till next week, this is Mr. Pickett saying have a great week. Keep up the great work, and practice real hard this week, okay? So long, everybody.